Hey guys, Moon Mama here. We are back with another video in the Goddess series, and we are back to learn about Morana today. Morana is a Slavic goddess of winter, death, witchcraft, and dreams. Morana holds a great significance in Slavic mythology. She is associated with the themes of death, rebirth, and the changing of the seasons. Most specifically, the transition from winter to spring. Worship with Morana dates back centuries and has evolved to reflect the close connection between humans and nature. Morana is often compared to Greek and Roman goddesses such as Hecate and Ceres. She represents beauty and darkness, symbolizing the nature of life and the duality of existence. Morana is typically portrayed as a tall, pale woman with long, flowing hair, adorned in dark robes. She was the daughter of Slavic, the god of fire and the father of the gods. Her mother was the goddess Lada, goddess of beauty and love. Morana was initially the goddess that was worshipped as a homemaker, also the goddess of fertility and mother of all living. However, over time, Morana transformed into the evil messenger of wilting, old age, and disease. Goddess Morana has Indo-European roots, same as the root of her name Mora, which in English is mare. And today we link that root with nightmare. A mare in Norse mythology was a night demon that would sit on a person's chest during sleep and cause nightmarish visions, which is like sleep paralysis. Have any of you guys ever had sleep paralysis? I've had it 2 times my whole life, and it was kind of a scary experience, but at the same time it was kind of, I don't know if I want to say cool, but the experience was an experience. Let's just say that. You just have to experience it. Anyway, sorry, a little off topic there. Other Slavic legends among Russians say that Morana lives in the Mirror Palace, which can be reached only through Kalinov Bridge. They say the bridge connects the banks of the river with bottomless depth. The palace is protected by serpents. This is the place Slavic ancestors associated funerals with. In some legends, it is said that Baba Yaga is a creation of Morana, or even that Baba Yaga is one of the transformations of Morana. She is the fierce wind and the harsh cold conditions of the winter months. That's how you know she's present. She is the coming of spring and the changing of the seasons. Her death has to come in order for rebirth. Slavic ancestors would perform an annual ritual of farewell to winter. They would create a straw effigy? Sorry guys, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. The size of a child. And these were like little straw dolls that they would make. And they would dress them in garments, and they would decorate them, and they would place them under their trees intertwined with like flowers and ribbons. And they would start the ritual by jumping over a huge fire after the holiday. They would burn the straw dolls that they made, the effigies, however you say that, of Morana, and then they would drown them in the river. And this act was of purification of land and people, By killing and drowning, they chased away the disease, troubles, winter, and everything that made problems for the Slavic villagers. So some fun facts about Morana. Some historians suggest that the image of Morana was a prototype of the Virgin Mary, who is the mother of the Son of God. During winter, Morana is portrayed as a terrifying old crone, and in the spring she is depicted as a beautiful maiden. Her animal companions I found were cats, pure white or pure black, palomino horses, which is a mare that may have sandy spots on its body, and also black swans. Urban plant correspondences with Morana are birch, aspen, cedar, mullein, rosemary, pine, juniper, and holly. Some crystals that resonate with her are snowflake obsidian and onyx. So some of her symbols are the effigies, which were the little straw dolls that they made, a scythe, skulls, snowflakes, honeycombs, wreaths, red coral beads, apples, and grain stalks, colors, white, green, red, and black. Some zodiac signs that I feel like are comparable to her energy would be Capricorn and Sagittarius. The tarot card that I would feel like was a companion for her would be Death, as she is the goddess of cycles of life and death, the ending of the winter, you know. Some offerings that you could give to Morana if you decided to work with her or felt drawn to do so would be garlic, honey, eggs, wine, wreaths, apples, golden keys, herbal blends such as birch, cedar, or pine, or you could also burn that as like an incense blend. Spending time in the winter months, just going outside and having that time in the winter atmosphere. An altar space decorated for Yule that you could also give offerings to Morana. Places to honor her could be anywhere near a river, a lake, or a pond, or just simply in the forest or in the winter weather. Morana did not need stone temples or big shrines. Instead, her worshippers had altars for her crafted from wood and straw, often placed in outdoor spaces. They had outdoor altars, acknowledging her domain over the seasons and the cycles of life. So I thought that was really cool. And some other things, or some kitchen witchery that you could do to honor her, is to maybe make some pine syrup and give that as an offering to her, or some cedar bundles that you could burn in her honor, or just make your own little blended tea and just have a cup of tea, and just take that in and enjoy it. But I had a lot of fun learning about her, and I think it's really cool that the winter goddesses and like the goddesses of the winter and darker months have really stepped out for us in that time to be seen and heard, and it's been really fun researching her. So let's go ahead and read the myth and the meaning in the Dark Goddesses Oracle. So let's read the myth from the book. Morana is the ancient Slavic goddess of winter and death. Morana is known as many names: Marzana, Mor, Marina, Mara, Marina, and Mora. She rules over the cold months of winter and death, residing in a mirrored palace guarded by snakes and surrounded by bottomless rivers. Each year her departure is celebrated by the burning or drowning of straw effigies in her image to banish winter and bring forth the light and warmth of spring. Upon Morana's death in the spring, she travels to the underworld until her return in the autumn. And then the meaning of this card, her message to us. A season of hardship is upon you. Let Morana bless you with the strength necessary to endure these challenges. Allow yourself to ask for help. There is no need to suffer in silence. Many people in your life will be willing to support you in your time of need. Your situation may seem dire now, but remember that even after the longest winter, the light and warmth will return. So let me know in the comments if any of you guys have ever worked with her or feel drawn to her, or if you have any other questions or would like to know anything else. And I'm going to leave that with you guys, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, stay magical.